We seem to have come across something a little unusual.
Speaking of Thistlelim, it's populated by Danans, but they're not under the rule of any lord. Pretty refreshing, huh? The whole town was built by Danan defectors, escapees from elsewhere. This area's teeming with stray Zoogles, though, so heaven only knows how they managed to set up a community here. The ordeal seems to have left them understandably on edge. Kisara and La are back there right now trying to convince them of our good intentions. Say, Alphen, it looks like you got your face back then.
Yeah. And your sense of pain, too, it would seem. Any connection?
Really? Oh, but that means...
Probably.
I wonder if Alphen's going to be okay.
For now, I believe we should hold off on speculation. Simply keep an eye on him.
Right. Hmm? You're saying we should check the Owl Forest? Do you sense one of your friends, Hootle?
Alphen! Boy, am I glad to see you safe.
Well, did you manage to convince them we're not in league with any lord?
Yeah, eventually.
When the ship sank, I thought we were done for. Guess the world just couldn't keep us apart.
Yeah, and now we can finally go rescue Xion.
There's something I need to tell you guys first. I got my memory back.
So, what did you remember? Are you able to tell us now?
Give the man some space, Law.
I remember being up on Lenegus.
Go on.
I was abducted from Dana. I was told if I ever wanted to return home, I'd have to cooperate. So that's what I did. Next thing I knew, they had made me into the Sovereign.
You mean to say you won the crown contest? As a Danan?
No. They kept me locked in a strange facility. They experimented on me, like I was nothing more than an animal. There were others, but only I survived. Of course, I wasn't really a king. The reality was that they treated me worse even than the lowest slave. The only reason I survived was because my body was able to withstand the Sovereign's power that they placed.
The crest that appeared behind you on Almadria's ship must have undoubtedly been that of the Sovereign. It all makes sense now. Your affinity with the Blazing Sword, and the strange powers you possess. They were all because you were the Sovereign.
Okay, but why would the Renans go out of their way to give you all that power? Just what exactly does being the Sovereign entail?
They said it was for something called the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. They taught me how to harness my power for when the big day came. As for what the ceremony was actually for, unfortunately, I never found out.
So if what you're saying about being on Lenegis is true, then maybe you really did meet Shion. After all, you said you recognized her from somewhere, right?
But Shion said she'd never seen him before. How do you explain that?
I was wrong. It wasn't Shion I knew from Lenegis. It was Naori. She was a Renan maiden they paired me with during the Spirit Channeling Ceremony. She's the woman I kept seeing in my dreams.
A maiden? What?
Wait, so this Naori figure just happens to be the double of Shion? Bit coincidental, isn't it?
Naori's family name was Imeris.
Imeris? As in Shion Imeris?
So they're distant relatives or something? Wait, or are they sisters?
Your guess is as good as mine. All I know is it was Naori. She's the one who put the mask on me.
The mask? But why?
To keep my soul from devouring itself over the guilt. After what I did on Lenegis. Over the lives I took.
Lives? You mean you staged a rebellion?
Perhaps it was a part of this spirit channeling ceremony?
I don't know. Whatever it was that the Spirit Channeling Ceremony was supposed to achieve, it didn't turn out as planned. I lost consciousness halfway through. By the time I came to, Lenegis was a sea of flames. I opened my eyes to see Naori there, weeping. I shudder to think of how many deaths I caused that day. Certainly more than any of these lords can claim, I'm sure.
You really expect us to believe this? First the Sovereign, then Lenegis? You couldn't possibly have done all that.
I wonder. In ancient scripture, there is tell of a terrible calamity that befell Lenegis, nearly destroying it. The restoration took years, and required the work of countless laborers.
By ancient, you mean...
It predates the crown contest, to a time before even the first Renan invasion of Dana. More than 300 years ago.
300? But...
That's right. I'm pretty much an antique of a human being. Deep down, maybe I already knew.
Alphen...
Some hero, huh? Cooperating with the same villains who snatched me from my home, committing mass slaughter, only for it to slip my mind. Then, when I finally remember, turns out I'm so old I've got scripture written about me. So much for standing up to injustice. I've probably got more blood on my hands than all the lords combined!
Alphen, stop! Honestly, I'm not going to pretend to understand what all this means. But what I do know is that right now, you're just reacting to the shock.
Kisara.
Listen. What you really need is time. Time to process things and get your head straight. Truth be told, I think that probably goes for all of us.
What about Shion? We can't just...
I'm worried about Shion too, Law. But it's clear that Alphen's in no fit state to fight. This is Volron, remember? Even at full capacity, it's practically a suicide mission. We stay put in the village till we're ready. Okay, everyone? Take some time to think things through, okay? But remember, we're all here for you if you need us. No matter how dark things might seem, you're not alone, Alphen.
Thank you.
It's fine. All right, everyone. Let's break for now.
Do I even have the right to fight? Do I have the right to go to Shion's rescue? What do the others think? What do you see out there?
Zeugles. Strays by the looks of it. We unwittingly disturbed their territory on our way here, and now they're looking pretty riled up. So, feel like you're making headway? You know, sorting through things?
All I know is Shion needs our help. As for what happens after that...
Say, how did you get back down here from Lenegis, anyway?
I came down in a Renin starship. I have Naori to thank for that.
What happened to her? Did she come with you?
She stayed behind. Just as I wanted to get back to Dana and my people, Naori's place was with her fellow Renins, performing her duties as the Maiden. Neither of us asked for the power or roles we were given. I suppose we felt a kinship with each other in that sense. But even then...
Wait, so you mean it wasn't just Danans like you that Lenegis abducted? You're saying they forced Naori, one of their own, to serve against her will as well?
Even within Renin society itself, there exists a hierarchy. I don't think she was ever given the option to refuse. Despite that, she did everything she possibly could to serve her people. The very same ones I ended up slaughtering. And even after that, she still helped me escape back to Dana. She stayed behind on Lenegis to help any of her people who survived. I owe her more than words can express. A debt left to fester for what? 300 years? How do I even begin to make up for something like that?
In all honesty, you don't. You can't atone for what's happened in the past. I don't think anyone can. Be it several centuries ago, or just yesterday.
What are you saying? That I might as well give up?
I'm saying you don't have to be a white knight in shining armor. Back after my brother had passed away, it was you who told me that his dream lived on inside me. And you did the same for him, for Dohalim, when he was ready to give up too. You were there for both of us. You know what I heard? I heard you telling me to keep fighting. To strive no matter what.
Then I was out of line. I had no right to ask that of you.
No, you're wrong. Those words were exactly what I needed to hear at the time. In fact, I would go as far as to say that I wouldn't even be here had I not heard them. Left to my own devices, who knows when I would have been able to pick myself up. Besides, it's not like killing all those people was a choice that you made of your own free will, right? The truly terrible ones are the people who abducted you. The ones who forced you to wield that power. They're the ones you should be blaming. Not only that, but that guilt you feel inside, that's all the proof you need to know you're a good person, Alphen. Do you understand? If I'm still allowed to fight and keep on living, then damn it, Alphen, so the hell are you. But if you're still not convinced, then ask yourself this. What is it that you've really been fighting for this whole time? Go on, ask yourself.
What I've been fighting for, huh?
You're certainly full of surprises, aren't you?
Trust me, it's not intentional.
Sorry, that was insensitive of me. Though, there's still an awful lot I wish I could understand. Every new piece of information seems only to yield further mysteries. The truth feels just as elusive as when we first started. I am well aware of where you got your powers. But why, as a Danon, do you bear the same crest as the current Renan sovereign? More to the point, why choose a Danon for their sovereign in the first place? And then there is the Maiden, a figure so powerful, she's playing yin to the sovereign's yang in esoteric ceremonies. And yet, I've never even heard of her. Then again, this all occurred 300 years ago. What if the term sovereign doesn't even hold the same meaning as it did back then? Listen, I may be a traitor among my people, but I am still Renan, born and raised. I learned the same history, listened rapt to the same tales. And yet now I feel like there was little truth to any of it.
Speaking of which, there's something else that I remember from the spirit channeling ceremony. It used the Renis Alma.
You're certain?
Yes. Or at least that's what they called it. Only you would know if it was one and the same.
Oh, I have never laid eyes on the real artifact myself. And you never participated in a crown contest. You're not even Renan. Many mysteries lay buried in these 3 centuries past.
3 centuries is more than several lifetimes. Was I really out that long?
Well, I'm only estimating based on historical record. But all the facts would seem to point that way.
Who the hell am I?
If I may be frank, we have even bigger fish to fry than that. By comparison, the far more important question at hand is, just what does it all mean?
Frank, huh?
Sometimes, we need a little help in addressing the truth behind our pain. Not to compete over lives lost, but I suspect your count is still somewhat beneath mine.
Thanks for lending me an ear. And sorry for being a bother.
Please, no thanks are necessary. The quicker you get back on your feet, the sooner we can all get back out there.
All this time, I thought it was the worrying about Xion and the pain bringing you down. I didn't realize you were lonely too.
I guess all of us are. In one way or another.
Yeah, but you've only just found out. I mean, no, not found out. Remembered.
To tell you the truth, I was actually beginning to forget I'd even lost my memory in the first place. Now that it's returned, well, you can see what I'm like. It's strange. When I think about Lenegis, it still feels like it was only a year or 2 ago that I was there. But then I realized what feels like years was actually centuries ago.
What about your hometown? Do you know if it's still there?
I doubt it. When the Renans invaded, the world as I knew it changed overnight. Even if the place is still there physically, I expect the people will be long gone. Certainly everyone I knew, at least. My family, my friends.
Yeah, I know how that feels. I have no home to return to either. No family waiting for me. I used to curse my bad luck that I'd ever been born a mage in the first place. Otherwise, if I hadn't, maybe my mother and father would still be alive today. Although if that had been the case, I guess I'd probably still be just another slave with no means to resist. I'd never have met up with you guys, that's for sure.
Have you learned to embrace your powers yet?
Nuh-uh. I resent them a little less than before, though. They've kept me alive this long, right? I try not to think about it too much. After all, who can predict what the future will hold? I guess what I'm trying to say is that with everything that's happened in your past, finding out you're the Sovereign and all, it's no wonder you're conflicted. Heck, honestly, I think anyone would be.
Rinwell.
First it was Shion, then it was me, and now it's you. All of us suffering, just because of some power we never even asked for.
Yeah. All this time you were suffering right in front of me, and I never even knew. I feel like I finally understand what you and Shion were going through.
You couldn't have known. Still, if you want to make it up to her, shouldn't we hurry it up and rescue her already? Poor Shion must be lonely, all by herself wherever she is.
Yeah, you're right. Let's get going.
Alphen, are we gonna go rescue Shion or what? What's gotten into you, man? Aren't you worried about her?
Do I even have any right to be?
If you were in my place, you'd say, to hell with all that. What do you want to do?
Sounds like me. Pretending I have all the answers is kinda my forte.
Come on, man. Snap out of it. This isn't like you. Look, I get it. You finally remember your past, only to feel like you've lost yourself again. You're in shock, and who wouldn't be? Worse still, you blame yourself for what happened. And yeah, I don't agree, but that doesn't mean I don't understand either. But here's the thing. None of that's got anything to do with Shion.
I guess.
It's about Naori, isn't it? Look, you're still here, aren't you? Who's to say this chick isn't alive and kicking out there somewhere, too? Fine, I've said my piece. The thing is, though, where does this leave Shion?
My power consumed me once already. I left behind a path of fire and destruction. And the same thing could happen again. I can't guarantee anyone's safety, including Shion's.
So you think we might get burned up because of your sovereign powers? I can think of worse ways to go. Come on, fight this thing! What happened to the guy who talked to me after my dad died? The one who cared enough to reach out and save me? That's the guy I was proud to follow. Not this faltering imposter who's taken his place.
Law.
No, I'm serious. What's gotten into you, man? Just give me the word and I'll beat some sense into you if that's what it takes. Now, I'm gonna ask you this once and only once. Are you serious about rescuing Shion or not? What's it gonna be, Alphen?
What do you think? Of course I want to rescue her. Hell, I'd do it right now if I could.
So then quit griping and do it already!
Listen, you're probably right about all this.
Alphen.
It's exactly like you said. Whatever happened in my past has nothing to do with Shion. But there's still so much that There I go again. So much for the inspiring Alphen of old.
He could be a pain sometimes. Besides, even a hero has to let the cracks show once in a while, right?
Yeah, I guess you're right. Just give me a little more time to fill in the cracks. And thanks, Law.
Hey, don't even mention it. You've totally got this, Alphen. I believe in you.
Back to the inn, I guess.
There you are!
What is it?
Zeugles, that's what! They're almost at the village gates!
Any closer and they'll be house hunting. I knew we shouldn't have cut through their territory.
That sounds bad.
Can you fight? No shame in bowing out if you're not up for it.
Kisara's right. You don't want to go overdoing it.
I'm up for it.
Really?
You ready?
As ready as I'll ever be. It's now or never, right?
Alphen, right! Great to have you back! Now let's do this!
Look sharp, people. If we don't act fast, they're going to get into the village.
Right. We need to hurry.
Remember, if the pain's too much...
We've all got our own pain to deal with. I'm done letting others pick up my slack.
Here they come! We can't let even a single one through!
There's a firm no-Zeugle policy.
Fine by me. Let's get to work then.
You're finished!
Bet that shell I enjoy, baby.
Dragon Floor!
Leave the ensnaring to me. Yeah, and the pummeling to me.
You're mine!
I'll smash you! Prepare to be sealed.
This one's mine!
Can't get out of this. Rip it
Never win! Hurricane!
I'll crush you! Tenebrous Claw! Eat this! It's almost too strong. Then I'll split it open!
Be my guest.
Make it rain!
Frozen?
Hammer! Alphen, you okay?
I'm fine. This pain thing really hurts, huh?
But hey, at least you're still alive.
It wouldn't be called pain if it was pleasant. It can be pretty useful, though. It's good motivation to improve and get stronger.
Guess I've got a lot of room to improve in that regard.
Anyway, I'm glad we could everything they've done for us.
Yeah.
You know, this Olim kind of reminds me of home. The people here have hidden themselves away out of the fear of being found, always watching their backs. Though in the end, home was destroyed anyway.
That won't happen here.
Oh? Is that a hint of fighting spirit I sense?
Yeah. I won't lie. Some of these memories will take a while to process. But I've learned something too. My rage, this fury I feel at our so-called rulers, it comes from having so much of myself stripped away from me back then. Friends, family, home. They took everything from me, and left me with nothing but guilt. I was completely alone. At least that's what I thought. But not anymore. Since I awakened, I've met people who I care about. Friends who hold me up. Friends who make me feel like I'm worth something. And I won't lose that. Not ever again. I'll protect those bonds with everything I have. That's why I need to keep fighting.
But Xion comes first.
Of course. First we rescue Xion, then we defeat Volron, and liberate Dana. Everyone, will you fight with me?
Say the word and I'm there.
Certainly no objections.
Then it's agreed. Our next stop will be the capital, Pelegion. According to the villagers, there's a huge cliff separating Thistleum from the capital. Luckily for us, there's a path we can use to climb up.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go.
We don't know what lies ahead. We should prepare well before we venture forth.
Yeah, can't exactly fight at the top of your game when you're hungry.
Good point. Let's stop by the inn and plan our next move from there. By the way, how is Mahavar doing? Wait. Don't tell me we still haven't found him.
It's not like we haven't been looking. I've covered the whole length and breadth of the coast, but...
All of the other crew members are accounted for, including us. But we weren't able to find Mahavar. He's still missing.
I see.
Perhaps he couldn't bring himself to abandon the ship.
You mean at the bottom of the ocean? Damn it.
We don't know that it sank. We all washed up on the same shore. If the ship went down, isn't it strange we haven't come across a single piece of debris?
Do you think he might still be alive somewhere out there?
I think stranger things have happened. Whether he's alive or otherwise, we've exhausted all the avenues available to us. All we can do now is press on ahead.
Fine. Let's get going. Thistlein was founded by Danons fleeing the tyranny of Renan lords, right? But when you first came, they must have known Dohalim was Renan. So why do you think they let us in?
They almost didn't. But it wasn't just Dohalim they were wary of. They didn't trust any of us.
Even the weird Danons just like them?
When you live life in constant fear of being pursued, it's only a matter of time before all outsiders start to seem a potential threat.
I suppose that makes sense. So how did you convince them to trust us?
You saw how destitute the village was. They needed food, badly. We hunted some Zeugles for them. That seemed to do the trick.
Of course, a little magic-assisted roast didn't hurt things.
Never underestimate a full stomach's ability to put a person at ease. It turns out a hearty meal can be a powerful weapon. Something's on your mind. You having second thoughts about rescuing Shion?
Of course not. Shion's our friend. Almeidrea was the one I hated. For as long as I can remember, she served as a symbol to me of everything Renan. But ever since getting to know Shion, I realized it doesn't make sense to group people together like that. Every individual is different.
I see.
Besides, the situation with Almeidrea was something else entirely. I'd already decided I wasn't going to kill her, but when I saw her die right in front of me, a part of me thought it served her right, that she'd gotten what she deserved. But another part regretted that someone else had come along and killed her instead. Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance again, I still wouldn't kill her. But it's not like I'll be shedding any tears now that she's gone. It's all so confusing. I don't know how to make sense of any of it.
Who said it had to make sense?
Huh?
Rinwell, you've done nothing wrong. You've started to question the beliefs you've held all your life. It's only natural for you to feel disoriented. You didn't give in to the hatred you felt for Almeidrea. You made a choice not to kill her. And that's significant, whether you realize it or not. As for what it means exactly, that might be worth taking some time to figure out on your own.
Some time.
Or don't, if you don't want to. It's just an idea. I'm still searching too, remember?
No, I think you're right. It can't hurt to keep searching after all. And hey, thanks, Kisara.
Thanks for waiting. Eat as much as you like.
Hey, if we find anyone who needs help here...
I know. We'll make sure to ask what's wrong.
I I think Hoodle senses an owl around here.
It feels like I'm melting.
Calaglia was pretty hot, but at least the air there was dry. Out here, it feels like I'm trying to walk through thick soup.
I can hardly breathe, it's so stuffy. And don't get me started on the insects. You hanging in there, Hoodle?
It's brutal, all right. I can feel my energy being drained away just by walking. All this vegetation makes it hard to keep an eye out. Keep your wits about you, everyone. And watch you don't keel over while you're at it.
What's needed at times like these is a relaxing hot spring. That would soon help us adjust.
And where do you expect us to find one of those?
What about you, Alphen? All that gear, and you hardly seem to be breaking a sweat.
Yeah, I guess when you've lived a life devoid of pain for as long as I have, even feeling hot and bothered could be a welcome change.
Well, lucky you, I guess. Just don't expect us to carry you when you pass out.
Looks like trouble with a capital T.
Together, we've got this!
This one's mine!
Hope this works!
Going in!
I'm on it! Here I come!
Are those arms even natural? Lightning can
You're finished!
You're far enough! Illuminate the dark!
You're mine!
Come forth! Holy
Eat dirt!
Holy land!
Look sharp!
Dragon Swarm!
One more!
Light! Dragon
It's
Swarm!
total devastation!
Armor won't sink!
Come on,
Make your
roll
way
it!
down!
All yours, Kisara!
Now! I'm out!
Going in!
Dragon
Lightning
Swarm!
orb!
I'll tear you apart!
Wind!
Now!
Storm! Demons descend! Flashing fang!
Everyone still in one piece?
Yep. I've barely worked up a sweat.
Man, this place is thick with foliage.
I know. It feels like we're going to be swallowed up by all these plants if we stay in here.
Indeed. I much prefer the forests in Menancia myself.
Not that I don't agree, but maybe now's not the best time for Elda Menancia Pride.
What's this thing?
Looks like trouble with a capital T!
Together, we've got this!
This one's
Dragon
mine!
Swarm! Here I come! You're finished!
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay?
Take this! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me!
Got it! I'll leave it to you! You picked the wrong fight!
This one's mine!
You're mine! Dragon Swarm!
Holy land!
Going in!
Take this!
Now
It's over!
Now you see what I can do!
Take this!
Far enough!
Go to sleep now.
This one's mine!
Super Swallow
Tiger Blade!
Eternal Damage! Severing Wind!
I'm on a roll now!
Hold nothing back!
Make it rain!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Everybody okay?
We're all right, Alphen.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch? What's up?
Once we get to the mountain, the terrain won't be easy. We should rest up here before pressing on.
But what about Shion? She's waiting for us.
All the more reason to conserve our energy.
Huh?
It's not only the mountain. Hard though that may be, it's a pittance compared to what follows. Namely Volron. We wear ourselves out now, or worse still, get injured. We might as well show up gift-wrapped. Right, Kisara?
That's right. Besides, Alphen still hasn't fully recuperated yet.
I'm fine. Don't stop on my account.
Oh, really? Well, in that case, it's me who wants to take a rest for a while. Does that suit you better?
A little bit.
So, Alphen, 300 years, huh? Care to share the secret to such a long and healthy life?
I wish I knew. Once I left Lenegis, the next thing I remember is waking up in Calaglia. Everything in between is a blank.
You mean there are still gaps in your memory?
I've heard of starships with devices that can stave off imminent death by putting their passenger into a deep sleep. They're usually only intended as a temporary solution, until proper treatment for an ailment or injury can be obtained.
You think he might have been asleep in that starship for 300 years? But why? What would be the point?
Might this Naori have had a hand in it?
What do you mean?
If she's Renin like you say she is, she would have understood how to operate the starship better than yourself.
You're saying she deliberately put me to sleep for 300 years?
Dohalim, that's a bit of a leap.
Forgive me. I spoke out of turn. I'm merely thinking aloud, that's all. Shion and the maiden Naori. After 300 years, it's not unreasonable to suspect they may be related. Shion is nearly the perfect image of her, yes? She also just so happens to be connected to you. Is it merely a coincidence?
Like I've told you 1,000,000 times already, I wouldn't know.
Well, if you're absolutely certain that it couldn't have been Naori, then I guess I must have been mistaken. Complicated machinery can sometimes break down or have failures. Sorry for being presumptuous.
Hold on a sec. Alphen, you said the mask was to placate you, right? To keep your guilt and rage in check? And you were wearing it the whole time you were asleep, right?
I guess I must have been.
So that's 300 years you were wearing it. It's just a hunch, but do you think that the mask might be...
The reason he lost all his memories?
All but a select few strong ones, so deeply ingrained in his psyche that he saw them in the form of dreams. It's not completely out of the question.
In which case, maybe it was the mask numbing his sense of pain, too.
It's certainly possible. As for how, I wouldn't know, but the dampening effect on his psyche could have manifested itself physically as well.
I'm sorry for snapping at you back there. It's thanks to you that I feel like that we're somewhere with all this.
No apologies necessary. Reading others' feelings is my strong suit.
So he finally admits it.
I really hope Shion's okay.
I get why you're concerned. But if you don't rest when you can, you're going to regret it.
She's right. We need our rest to conserve our strength.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, you two.
No problem. We'll save Shion. I know we will.
Hell yeah! There's no way you can complain about how this tastes!
Alone. I'm all alone.
Let's go. We don't want to keep Shion waiting.
What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
Have you guys checked your equipment lately?
I always hear you muttering to yourself whenever we're in battle. So, just what are you saying?
Why do you want to know? Does it bother you or something?
Not really. It's just the way you talk is sometimes kind of creepy. So I was wondering if you vent your frustration through your magic. Are you yelling, "You stupid jerk," or something like that to pump yourself up?
What? No, that's not what's happening during my incantations. I'm just focused, so I match my tone to fit the mood of whatever I'm trying to invoke.
Invoke?
How do I put it? Basically, the elemental astral energy behind each art, I guess.
Astral energy? Hold on, are you saying you can talk to astral energy?
Not exactly. But if I put emotion into what I say, it's easier for me to properly cast my arts. That makes sense?
Kind of. Okay, so if you can talk to astral energy, then you can ask it to, like, predict the weather or find secret treasure?
Wait, you don't really think that, do you?
Or you can ask it to send down lightning to where there's bad guys lurking and...
May lightning condemn those who bear false! Thunderblade!
Ah, what are you doing? You almost fried me with that!
I just asked the astral energy to send down lightning where there were annoying boys.
I don't know what to do. Things can't go on like this.
What do you mean?
Ah! Oh, it's you, Rinwell.
You were talking about me, weren't you?
No, I wasn't. I've just been thinking about some things.
Really? How unusual.
Cut it out. I'm being serious here.
Sorry.
I was thinking about... You know how I used to work for Ganabelt back when I was in Cyslodia?
Yeah, of course. You were brought in after the Snake Eyes killed your friends, right? I mean, you had to.
Right. I used to have nightmares about it when I fell asleep. But lately that's been happening a lot less. I don't know how to feel about that.
That's a good thing, isn't it? You should be happy.
Yeah, but... I did a lot of terrible things back then. And I'm scared I'm starting to forget what I did.
Okay, so let me just get all of this straight. You think you'll forget everything if you stop having those nightmares? Why?
Because... You know me. I'm freaking stupid.
But it sure doesn't sound to me like you've forgotten.
Oh, yeah. But still.
I don't think those nightmares going away means you've forgotten. Maybe it's a sign that you've come to terms with what you did.
Come to terms? You mean like Alphen with his past? You think that's what's happening?
Yeah, I do. You're pretty amazing, Law.
I am?
Yeah. Not all of us have figured out how to accept our pasts. Least of all, me.
Rinwell.
That's what we're going to climb?
The villagers managed it on their escape from the city. We're going in the opposite direction, but where there's a will...
There's always a way, right? And it looks like we're out of options. Let's grit our teeth and go. Is it just me, or does Rinwell suddenly seem much more comfortable around Dohalim than she used to?
I noticed that too. When the two of them came and found me together back on the beach, I could hardly believe my eyes.
It's not like we had a choice or anything. Law and Kisara had to hang back to convince the villagers we meant them no harm. More than that, though. There are a lot of things I've still got to come to terms with regarding Almeidrea. But I guess I'm through making snap judgments based on someone's origin. At least, I'm trying to be. I guess you could say it's a work in progress.
I see. You hear that, Law? Sounds like all that hard effort wasn't for nothing.
Yeah.
That's got to be reassuring to hear. Right, Dohalim?
Not being subjected to unwarranted suspicion is certainly welcome.
Yeah, that long-winded way you have of talking, though? Not so much a fan of that.
I think that's more of a personality thing than a Renin trait.
Really? In that case, I won't have to feel guilty getting annoyed by it.
Oh, man. I hope I live long enough to regret it.
Don't mind if I do.
No
It's
further.
a duel of the arts!
This one comes to ride.
What's this?
Here I come.
The enemy wields arts, too.
You'll soon see about that!
You picked the wrong fight! Dragon Form!
Tiger Blade! Oh,
Eternal devastation!
do it! This one's mine!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off! You're mine! Not a chance!
Anything in armor is all mine!
You're finished!
I'm gone!
Take this! You're finished! Eternal devastation!
Eat this! It's here!
Win.
Discharge!
Tear!
Going do it! Take this off! I'll stop your movement! And I'll stop your life!
I think I'm getting stronger.
Crap. This injury hurts more than I thought. Shion, sorry, but could you... Oh. Right.
Doodle!
You're mine!
That's not far enough!
Take this! It's over!
You want me? Come get me!
Easy and smelling to me.
Yeah! And bubbly!
You picked the wrong fight! Dragon Swarm!
Hold on to your heart. Here I come.
Look sharp!
Now!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off!
Holy glimmer!
Flaming meteor!
Not a chance!
Dragon shell!
I'm not done! Dragon Swarm!
Take this! Flaming meteor! Super swallow
Tear!
again!
Dance in the wind! Air thrust!
This should make for some good weapon crafting material. Brace yourselves! This one's tough! Take this! You're finished! Win!
We're all contained.
Luna Wanda! Rising Falcon! Strike! It's on!
That's my cue.
Dragon Swarm! Shut him down! Eat dirt!
Now!
Blow them away!
Look sharp! It's here! Charges to me! This one's mine! Too far enough!
10-pack! I'll trip it up! You're mine!
Don't worry, I've got plenty to go around.
Tear!
Seal!
It's
Rising
here!
Falcon!
More for the sun! Seal!
Take this!
Mine! Guardian
Severing
Field!
Wind!
Not on my watch!
I'm ready to
Hurricane
go!
Thrust!
Glimmer Dragon!
Tear!
Raging Cascade!
Rising Falcon!
In here!
You're mine!
Raging Cascade!
Take this!
Here I come!
Tiger Blade!
Banana!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade! See that?
That training's paying off! Eternal devastation!
Now I'm in the groove! Make it break!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
That's what I like to hear. I've never stood so close to a waterfall like this before.
I bet it'd feel real refreshing to take a shower underneath this water.
You're welcome to try, but that water pressure would likely crush you to a pulp.
yourselves! This one's tough! You're finished! Here I come!
One more!
Take this!
Tiger Blade!
You're mine!
If it has,
Like moth to the flame!
You're finished!
Let's go! That's it! Tiger Blade!
You're mine! Its armor's too strong!
Split it open!
Be my guest! You're mine!
Make it rain!
Frozen.
Hammer!
Nicely done.
You're mine!
All thanks to you!
It's over!
Attack time!
Photon, illuminate the
Tornado!
Holy glimmer. Now.
Dragon Swarm!
Demons descend! Flashing fang!
Ready.
Eagle Star!
Leave the enemy's arms to me.
Make it rain!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis.
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
This might be some decent equipment.
Anything that makes battles easier is okay by me.
How much farther?
I don't think we're even halfway there yet. Hang in there.
Not even halfway? Are you serious?
That's no reason to give up now.
Yeah, just gotta buckle down.
That's the spirit.
No holding back.
This'll be a piece of cake.
Take this!
Take this!
Dragon Swarm! You
here
picked
and
the
now.
wrong fight!
Anything in armor is
You're
over.
finished!
I'm ready to
Lightning Falcon! It's over! You're mine! It's over! The total devastation!
Make it rain!
Tiger Blade! Don't mind if I do.
You picked the wrong fight!
Eat this!
Here I go!
Illuminate the
Severing
dark!
wind!
Come forth!
Tear!
Holy glimmer! Holy land!
Severing wind!
Do it! Ringwell!
Frozen!
Hammer!
Nicely done!
I'm on it!
All thanks to you!
Run you through! Blow away!
Dance in the wind! Air
Eternal devastation!
This one's mine!
I'm not done!
There's always room for improvement. What do you say we check back in on the ranch?
I'm impressed how well balanced this thing is.
What is this place?
Careful. We've got company.
Doesn't look like we're getting past without a fight.
Watch your feet. Fall from here and it's curtains.
We're just trying to get past. Get out of our way!
Save your breath! While that thing sees as a talking meal!
Then let's show it how wrong it is. Is it trying to stop us? Take this!
Eat this!
It's over!
The flashing parts their weak point. Light action!
I'll smash you!
This one's mine!
Hand thrust!
Glitter blade!
Tiger blade!
I'm just getting started!
It looks like you guys are
Can't get out of this! Never freaking does it!
Try harder!
Ground and pound!
Gale force!
This one's far enough!
Take this!
Not on my watch!
Eat dirt!
Talon
I'm
hurricane!
Here's
Dragon Roar!
Lightning down! There you go! Don't let up!
Going in!
Illuminate the dark!
Take
Holy
this!
glimmer!
It's over!
Going in!
I'm on! Take this! You're done!
Look sharp!
Go away!
I'm gone! Flaming meteor!
Now I'm in the groove! I'll smash you!
Try harder! Now!
Eat
Dance
this!
in the wind! Air thrust! Its wings are lighting up!
It's getting ready to attack! It was nice while
Holy
it
Land!
lasted.
Such tremendous power.
Don't face it head on!
This should do it!
This one's mine!
No further!
Hit!
I'm not
Freaking does it!
Ice prism! Illuminate the dark!
I'll stop its charge!
Hold on, thanks, Kisara!
Done!
Its defenses are down!
I'll beat it to dirt!
Illuminate the dark!
Rising
Holy
sun!
glimmer!
Hard up!
You picked the wrong fight!
Going in!
Dragon Swarm!
Tiger blade!
Here I come!
Lightning orb!
I'll finish you
Dance in the
to
wind!
Lunar smash you!
In here!
On guard!
Get you all tucked away!
Going in!
Magic Shazam!
On guard!
Here I come!
Going in!
Get on in there with
One
the
more!
others!
You're
Tiger
mine!
blade! On guard! One more!
Watch this!
Tiger blade!
Now one more.
Take
Look
this!
sharp!
Take this!
Gale force! Illuminate the dark! Come forward!
Try harder!
Heavy at him!
My turn!
Holy Land!
You're mine! It's over!
Going in! In here! Discharge!
Hurricane!
On guard!
Eagle drop!
Lightning! Meteor!
Illuminate the dark! Come forth! Holy glimmer! Holy Land!
I'm ready! Far enough!
It's go time!
On guard!
Air
I don't feel so hot.
You should sit this one out then.
And this...
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
Here goes!
Here I
Not
come.
on my watch!
First strike! Armor won't save you!
Getting
Eat
stronger!
dirt! It's switching up its movement. Watch out!
It looks like we made a mess!
Try harder!
Can't get out of this!
Light astral
You're
energy!
mine!
Light up the dark! First strike!
Thanks so much!
You're done!
Breaking! Storm!
There!
Talon Hurricane!
Here goes!
Here we
This
go!
One's mine! Take this!
Lunar Rondo!
Tiger blade!
gonna need more than that. Try harder!
On guard! Going in!
Now you see what I can do!
Nothing
Severing
gets by
wind!
me!
Lightning orb!
Watch
Raging
this!
flame!
Here I
Flaming
come!
meteor!
You're finished!
Down!
Require...
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Dragon shout!
Hold on to your arts. Here I come!
Round and pound!
You picked the wrong fight!
Illuminate the dark!
Total devastation!
Holy
Can't
Wrath!
escape!
Talon hurricane! Tiger
Severing wind! Hurricane strike!
Oh, nice! We've almost got this.
Rising! Almost isn't quite there yet.
I like your attitude.
It's
I'm
over.
right with you, Captain.
Total devastation! Enough done! Severing wind! Hurricane strike!
Flaming meteor!
Terrible! You're mine! It's over!
Illuminate the dark!
Just to take armor
Holy
won't
glimmer!
save you!
Holy
Going
Land!
in!
Take this!
On guard!
It's over! My
I
turn!
can handle it! Far enough!
You're finished!
Going in!
You're mine!
Ignite!
You're finished!
Here goes!
Here I come! You picked the wrong fight!
Take this!
Make it rain!
Totally! In an instant! Impact block!
With fauna like that, I'm impressed so many people from Thistle made it through here alive.
Who's to say there weren't a whole lot more of them who didn't?
Well, at any rate, it should be a safer climb now that we've cleared the way a bit, right?
No. So long as people feel the need to face terrain this perilous, I'd say true safety's some way off.
You mean defeating Volron and putting an end to the crown contest, right? I guess that would be the best solution here, huh?
We've wasted enough time here already. Let's get going. Xion needs us.
I think Hoodle's hungry.
Funny. I could have sworn that was your stomach making all the racket.
How are we still not there yet? It feels like we've been climbing this mountain forever.
It helps if you try not to look up or down. All you need is silent determination. Talking too much will only waste energy and burn you out.
I'm too tired to look up or down, even if I wanted to.
Take care you don't fall, at least. Unless you want to make a Zoogel's day, that is.
Zoogles? Why would they care if I fell or not?
How would you feel if a 3-course meal fell right out of the sky at your feet?
Zoogle chow.
Law? Best not to listen to him if you can help it. You'll only be encouraging him if you do.
Tell me that before I listen next time.
Still, Tohalim has a point. One wrong step and it's curtains.
Wouldn't it be great if we could all fly like Hoodle? I bet even the refugees who didn't make it would have made it to Thistleum that way.
Until we magically sprout wings. Let's just watch where we're stepping instead, okay? Come on. Xion's waiting for us. We're so high up.
We did it. We've reached the top of the mountain.
About damn time. My knees are singing symphonies over here.
Look, there it is.
That's it. That's Pelegion, the seat of Volron's power.
So that's where Shion's being held?
Most likely.
Most likely.
That is what I said, yes.
Pelagian's still our best lead. So that's where we go, right?
Any advice before we head in there?
No.
No?
In the ancient tongue, Ganeth Heros means Fortress of Naught, though I fail to see what insight that nugget of trivia holds.
I guess I just thought you might have something we could use.
Since Volron became Lord, the only thing this realm has been known for is its shroud of secrecy. It is Volron's stronghold. All else is incidental. Just keep in mind that you can't be too careful inside.
Speaking of which, just how are all of us planning to get inside exactly?
It's not like there are any secret passages.
We've come this far. If there's no other way in, I guess we'll just have to use the front gate. Volron told us to come find him, which means he's expecting us. Let's do this the old-fashioned way.
Land of water or no, this place has a most curious atmosphere.
I'd be taking a dip in it if the circumstances were better.
Sorry, but we have to push through for now. Shion is waiting.
Yeah, I hear ya. A soak can wait.
I sure hope nothing bad's happened to Shion.
Keep those thoughts to yourself, Rinwell. Everyone's anxious enough as it is.
Sorry. It's just... I can't seem to stop thinking about it. What do you think it is that Volron wanted with her anyway?
Going by what he said back on Almadria's ship, it would appear his primary target is Alphen. Though, it's likely he hasn't forgotten the blow he sustained at Shion's hand either. That might even be what ignited his interest.
Yeah, did you see the way he reacted? It was like he was enjoying every moment. Even his pain at Shion's thorns. Oh, that guy's just creepy.
Let's just hope he's keeping his perverted tendencies in check.
What? Law? Don't say things like that!
It's not like we weren't all thinking it.
That's still no reason to...
All right, you two. Now that's enough already. Alphen shouldn't have to grit his teeth while he listens to you.
Oh.
Sorry.
I swear I've seen that castle somewhere before. Right. I remember seeing it from the cliffs in Calaglia, across the sea.
You mean Volron's castle?
Yeah, that must have been it.
Geographically, it would make sense. It's most certainly large enough to be seen from afar.
Back then, I had Shion and Zephyr with me.
Well, we haven't lost Shion. We can still get her back, you know.
That's right. I won't let Volron take her away from us.
This is a true masterpiece, no less than culinary art.
Kisara, let's talk for a bit.
Sorry for rambling on so much about my past earlier.
Don't sweat it. It was fun hearing you reminisce about the good old days.
Come on, you don't have to pretend with me. I know I can tend to go on sometimes, when it comes to my brother.
You said it, not me. Anyway, I don't think it's something for you to be embarrassed about.
Hey, Alphen. When you were a kid, was there ever a time when you had to bury someone younger than you?
Well, it's hard to say. I'm guessing that you have, though.
Yeah. During the previous crown contest, with the Lord before Dohalim. Life back then was truly hell. I think that's why I tried to ignore what Miguel was telling me for so long. Because I was afraid of going back to such a dark time. Of losing hope. I wanted to believe in our paradise so much. that I doubted the one person I should have trusted most. I don't blame blame Dohalim for that. I simply didn't want to face facts. And I ended up trying to project my ideals onto everyone else.
It's strange. Whenever you and Dohalim talk about Menancia, it's always like it's some big failure. We're talking about fixing 300 years worth of damage here. Isn't it a bit optimistic to think it was all going to be resolved after only 5?
You might be right. Maybe it was a mistake when Menancia... No. When I decided to stop seeing the darkness in our society. I have to admit the truth. To myself, first of all. I'll take watch tonight. It's okay. Before we go, do you guys have everything? Did we really just spend that much money?
I don't want Shion to get mad at us for dragging our feet.
Alphen?
She's the one that's kept us on track. Picked me up when I was down.
Sure.
I just thought she'd always be there.
You guys want to rest here?
Gosh, the castle's even larger once you get close to it.
What's that shining thing up top? A spirit vessel? It feels creepy, like it's watching over everything.
You think he knows we're here?
We'd best assume as much, yes.
What we have to do is simple. Just beat Volrun and rescue Shion. That's it.
Try not to work yourself up too much. We have a lot of city and castle yet to traverse.
Thanks for waiting. Eat as much as you like.
I'll see you again tomorrow. All right, guys. Ready to go? We're almost there, guys. Don't let your guard down.
I'm excited just thinking about us barging through.
Are you Alphen and his companions?
Why would you think that?
You are the only one scheduled to arrive, and there are no unscheduled arrivals in Ganeth Haros. So I'll ask again, are you Alphen and his companions?
We are.
Then pass. Lord Volron is expecting you at Castle Delpharis.
Well, suppose it's rather nice of them to roll out the red carpet for us.
So we're supposed to meet him in there? What do we do now?
Let's see how things look around the city first. Then we'll make our way to the castle.
Not a slave in sight. Where is everyone? There aren't even any soldiers.
Something feels off. I don't like it.
Like the fact that the enemy could ambush us at any moment? Yeah, not crazy about that either.
No, not that. Something else.
That must be Volron's castle up ahead. I suppose we just walk right up to it then?
That's what the guard from before said. Now, if we only knew where they were keeping Shion, we could try to...
That's it! That weird feeling. It's not just that the city is empty. It feels like no one lives here at all.
Now that you mention it, it does feel strangely... artificial. Think maybe it's a district just for the Renans alone?
With all this open space, seems unlikely.
Huh?
Hey! You guys! What's going on? What was that about? They were Danins, right?
That wasn't normal. Wait, you don't think it could have been the fruit of Helgen, do you?
No, they seem too docile. What about astral energy? Could you sense any coming from them?
No, and I'm pretty sure I could tell if it was. If not that, though, then what?
Speaking of which, it didn't look like there was anyone guarding them either.
They were headed for the castle. I have a bad feeling about those boats.
I get what you mean. It didn't feel like those folks are just commuting to work.
The waterway they're floating on appears to lead to Delpharis Castle. If we follow it, we may learn more about what's taking place here.
Man, this place gives me the creeps.
La, your legs are shaking.
What? Liar?
Just kidding.
So, any ideas what the deal was with that boatload of weirdos?
Your guess is as good as mine. They looked like Danan's slaves, but beyond that...
This city is grander and more beautiful than any other we've been to, yet...
I know what you mean. From the architecture right down to the people, something feels off somehow.
I've long maintained one can glean a lot about a ruler from their city. Considering how unsettling this place is, I'd say I wasn't far off the mark. Despite its surface layer of majesty, walking around inside, it feels more like a hollowed-out ruin.
I say we follow after that boat. If we're lucky, they might be in the mood to give us some answers. I've seen ghost towns that were more alive than this city. Where the hell did all the Danans and Renans go? Shion. There's nobody here either. Looks like the only building up ahead is the castle.
No good. It's a dead end.
I don't relish our chances climbing. Or breaking through, for that matter.
And yet, this seems to be the only way inside. Take a look around. There must be a switch or something to...
What? What is it this time?
Look! Over there!
Alphen!
Astral energy? But then... that means...
Snap out of it! Can't you see what's happening? You're being deceived! Please stop! You'll die!
Damn it!
Full run is killing you! You need to run! Please, get off the boat!
What just happened?
We're being summoned.
Summoned? By that murdering monster?
It's all a demonstration designed to provoke. To prove to us, no, to Alphen, just what he's capable of.
Kidnapping Shion. Killing all those people. If it's just me he's after, then why hurt them? Why do all this just to get at me? You hear me, Volron? Answer me!
Alphen, this is not your fault. Don't give this to him.
I know. And I won't. My hands are stained with blood. But even so, if we're going to stop that bastard, then I need to keep going. Let's move.
Damn it.
How awful. All of those people in the boats. Do you think they had any idea what was going to happen to them?
They did a damn good job of concealing it if they did. You ask me, the only thing on their mind was following orders.
And I bet I can guess who from. Volron.
The only thing they knew was mindless oppression right to the very end. What kind of purpose is that? Living only to die at your master's whim?
Being a slave means having your whole life stolen from you. In the worst cases, quite literally. That bastard will get what's coming to him. I'll see to it he does.
Is this what I think it is? Those people, they were all...
He's sick. Sick and deranged.
Remember this well. This is the true face of who we're up against.
Still, if it's not fruits of Helgen he's using, then how do you think Volron goes about controlling all of them?
They didn't look like they'd been threatened, but they didn't look like they understood anything either.
It could be something else, like a potion perhaps. But frankly, I doubt it.
But that would mean they're following Volron out of choice? But why?
Nothing bolsters a despot's authority more than loyalty. Loyalty is advantageous for any ruler. For Volron, it means acolytes willing to give their lives for him. As merely puppets dancing to their master's tune.
But to the point where they'd give up their own life force? Is that even possible?
You just saw it for yourself. And think back to when I was your lord. If I'd asked you to sacrifice yourself for some cause, would you have?
Dohalim.
My apologies. My words got away from me again.
No, you're absolutely right. The only difference being that you never demanded such a thing. You wouldn't.
All lords are masters in the art of manipulating their subjects' hearts. Whether they use fear, torture, or various other methods, the outcome is the same.
Fear.
No wonder there's no remaining signs of a resistance force in this place. Xion!
Wait! Something's not right.
Everyone. They're gone. And I'm all alone. It's dark. Please help me.
Xion,
It's so dark. Everyone.
we came to save you. It's okay now.
And I'm all alone. It's dark. Please help me. No.
Xion?
Lies.
Thorns! This situation just got tricky.
There is immense dark astral energy here, far too potent to be the work of a single individual. It's possible Volron's manipulating her. We cannot tell from this far away. We'll need to be much closer.
Only to do that, first we need to get rid of the thorns. So we fight fire with fire! Unless you have a better idea. Alone. I'm all alone.
Xion!
I can't die. But I also can't live.
Xion! Xion! We're coming for you! Won't let you down this time. This pain. It's nothing compared to what you're going through. I won't let you go again. I can take whatever you give me. So please, open your eyes. Xion!
Not in your dreams. Going in.
Here I come!
Going in!
Dragon Form!
Flaming meteor!
Inferno punch!
On guard! Tiger
It's
blade!
time!
You're mine!
No further!
Eternal devastation! No escape!
Tiger blade!
Now you see what I can. I'm just getting started.
On guard!
Eat
Ground
that!
and pound!
Eat dirt! Here I come! My turn!
On guard!
The thorns just keep growing back. If this keeps up, then...
Please wake up, Xion! Come back to us! I'm alone. Alone? I'm completely alone.
You're wrong.
Elfin!
She thinks we left her all alone. She can't see us or hear us. All of this. It's because I pulled away from you. Because I couldn't hold on to you. Xion. But you're not alone anymore. Law's here. And Rinwell too. Kisara. And Dohaling. And so am I. Believe me when I say, you are not alone. So please, don't give up on us. We will bear your thorns together. I swear it. Xion.
do I have to tell you? Not to be so careless.
There is no more time for us to rest.
Let us finish this. I entrust this blade to you once more. Hey, Alphen?
What is it?
While I was away, what did you do?
I missed you.
Alphen. But after what happened because of me...
I got a glimpse of the real you. It was worth it. You could say that pain is some kind of reward.
Some reward. You sure all that hurt hasn't done something to your head, too?
Hey now.
Is it just me, or are they...
It's been a while. They're just happy to see each other.
I know. I mean, it's fine.
We all express ourselves in different ways. Leave them be.
They should get a room.
Shion.
Thanks. I'll be okay. Let's go. We have to take Volron out.
Right.
Those things that came out of Shion are her thorns, right? She said they're made of dark astral energy.
She did. But those thorns are no astral art. And she cannot control them. Such immense astral energy, too. Just what are her thorns, really, I wonder?
So, the Sovereign, the Renis Alma, the fate of Lenegis 300 years ago? Yes. That is a lot to take in, isn't it? I never realized the weight of the burden you were carrying.
I could say the same.
The person you kept mistaking me for. It was Naori, wasn't it? So, what do you think? Could I be her descendant?
It seems likely. You two do look very similar.
Kidnapping Shion, mistreating slaves, and who knows what other terrible deeds. Seriously? These so-called lords just think they can do whatever they like.
I am deeply ashamed to be one of their kind.
Sorry, my bad. I didn't mean you, Dohalim.
Do you think Volron could have been behind what just happened with Shion's thorns?
I'm not sure. If it was bait he needed, kidnapping her should have sufficed. Perhaps he had some other purpose in mind.
Her thorns aside, as a hostage, surely it would have made more sense to keep her close at hand. So why did he leave her unguarded?
If getting rid of Alphen was Volron's only priority, then he could have ambushed us directly. It's not as if he lacked the power. He chose not to, which means he's toying with us, prolonging Alphen's suffering as much as he can.
But why? What does Volron specifically have against Alphen? Is it because he's leading the Danon rebellion?
Possibly. But try to see it from Volron's perspective. He'd do anything to win the crown contest, correct? Knowing that the true sovereign already exists somewhere is bound to ruffle his feathers. Have your paths crossed before, Alphen?
Only when I've been with you guys.
In the end, we just find more mysteries.
What isn't a mystery is how badly we're gonna beat this creep up once we find him.
What a simple and straightforward person you are, Law.
Way to give us a heart attack. I wasn't sure how that was gonna pan out for a while there.
I'm just glad everyone's safe. Really glad.
What about you, Shion? How are you feeling? He didn't do anything to you, did he?
The last thing I remember is being back on the ship. Back then. Seeing Alphen's pain return to him the moment he touched me. It brought me back to my childhood. The fear in people's eyes whenever they were around me. And the next thing I knew, darkness was welling up inside me. It was smothering me. I couldn't see anything anymore. I was all alone.
Shion.
You're okay now. You're safe, Shion. We're here with you. You're not alone any longer.
Thank you. Must be Volron's Imperial Guard.
They don't seem to be keeping lookout. More like they're waiting.
Oh well, the royal welcome was nice while it lasted.
Time to get our fists dirty, huh?
Wait, we don't have a plan!
As far as Law's concerned, this is the plan. Let's go!
Open your eyes! This blind loyalty is just another form of slavery.
Glory be to Volron!
That's useless. They're brainwashed. Just like the Danon puppet. Dealt with outside.
The enemy wields arts
too.
We'll soon see about that!
It's over! Far enough!
I'll be back!
You're mine!
Say no more!
Did you see this coming? Watch it! Piercing!
Not on my watch!
This one's rough!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Dance in the wind!
Make it rain! Gion!
Get toasty!
Bird strike!
In here!
Far enough!
Easter! Dragon!
Evil assault!
Wind now!
Demons descend!
Flashing bang!
Well, that didn't feel great. Those soldiers were just like the slaves, driven by a warped sense of loyalty.
Yeah, that was just about as hollow a victory as they come.
It's strange. I always thought loyalty was one of the greatest virtues out there. Now I'm not so sure. Is it simply a question of where your loyalties lie? Or is it fealty itself that's the problem?
Maybe it only becomes a problem the moment you stop thinking for yourself.
So if we defeat Volran, you think they might learn to think independently again? Actually, no. Never mind. This isn't the time. We can worry about that after we finish the task at hand and defeat Volran.
As expected, Volron's elite guards are quite formidable. Their equipment and training far exceed those of any foot soldier.
We need to be careful not to let them exhaust us before...
A grandiose castle for a grandiose city. You really didn't cut any corners.
They're certainly akin to each other. And yet, I'd say the castle seems even more reflective of its owner's personality.
In what way?
It feels overbearing, tyrannical almost, but more than anything, merciless. As if any pretense to ease of living was sacrificed in favor of sending a message. One of domination, and a thirst for total power. In other words, the perfect domicile for our power-crazed foe.
That's why he let us in. It's precisely the message he wanted to convey. Almost like he's mocking us.
That bastard's in the mood to play? We'll see who's laughing once we've taken him down a peg or two. Is it just me? Or is the blazing sword burning even more brightly than before?
Yeah, as if the astral energy within it has become more powerful somehow.
It would appear Alphen has learned to harness his sovereign abilities to even greater effect.
Is that true, Alphen?
I'm not sure. I don't think I'm doing anything differently.
You're not. It's proof of your strengthened bond with Xion. No further explanations needed.
Oh man, for real? Nice!
Is that true?
How am I supposed to know?
Fat lot of good the two of you are.
I may have a theory or two I could offer.
Yeah, no. I think we're good.
Now that you mention it, though, I guess I have noticed a change. It's like there isn't as much resistance when energy's being siphoned from my Master Core.
Aha! So it is a bond thing! Aw, you guys!
Wait, what about your hand? That thing practically used to give you third-degree burns every time you wielded it, right?
Kisara's got a point. And if it's gotten even hotter since then...
I won't lie. The searing heat and pain are almost unbearable. Almost. When I'm fighting, I'm somehow able to endure it. It's like the sword becomes part of me or something. Like I can feel it pulsing through my chest. I can't describe it.
In other words, your heart burns with a flame more powerful than even that of the sword. Fascinating.
Yeah, take it from our resident poet laureate.
Hmm?
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Primed and ready! I never miss!
You're finished!
Sleep now.
Take this!
Saving this
It's over! An astral curse!
That's my cue.
Shut him down! Take this! The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
You made me angry. That was a bad idea.
Not today!
On guard!
Super sword! Here I come!
In a bind?
Dragon Sword! It's turn! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Dance in the wind. Sleep now.
Far enough!
It's
Not in
over!
your dreams.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Crush! Burn it all!
Let's put you out of your misery!
Dragon Swarm!
Make it rain! I'll stop your movement!
And I'll stop your luck!
With this, I can become even stronger.
With such a huge area to search, where should we even begin?
I believe the largest, tallest structure would be best. In castles, you'll often find the things of most import are located in such areas.
So where is he?
There's no sign of him here, so I can only assume he's waiting for us in his throne room.
What's with all the fake suspense? Why doesn't he just come out and face us?
I'll say. It's not like he's had any problem doing that in the past.
This is all one big game to him. He's probably savoring every last moment.
Like a Zoogle toying with its food before the kill. No wonder he doesn't have any friends.
This is all just a ploy to weaken his prey, wearing us down before the final ambush. It's all too well orchestrated to be anything else.
Alvin?
I'm fine. Once we defeat Volron, the final Master Core will be ours. With that, we can create the Renaissance and finally put an end to this whole nightmare.
Oh man, I I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Save you!
Severing Wing!
Watch it!
Soaring Leg Spear! Searing Gale!
Not today!
Stay away from my friends!
Sleep now.
That's better.
More for the stop time.
Can't move!
One more!
Raging storm. More where that came from. Cut.
Not done yet!
Ready. Confiscate.
An astral wave?
That's
Take
my
this!
cue.
On guard!
Shut him down!
Lightning orb.
Do it! Going in!
Tempest wall. Illuminate the dark.
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Illuminate the
Now!
dark.
You're mine!
Nothing gets by you!
You're mine!
Holy land.
It's over!
Now you see what I can do.
On guard!
Lightning condensed.
Hurricane
Thunderblade.
This one's
Illuminate
all
the
mine!
dark.
Hurricane
Holy
Thrust!
land.
Rising
This one's mine!
Not today! The enemy's over!
Meteor!
Here I come!
You're finished!
That's it. Ready.
Tiger Blade! Hurricane Thrust!
These fists have got your name on them.
Don't leave me all alone here.
Lightning. If it's in the sky, it's mine. Illuminate the dark.
Not done yet!
Holy land.
You're finished!
Do it. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
There's always room for improvement.
Is the path being pulled up like some kind of drawbridge?
I'm guessing there's no way to kick it back down, huh?
Most likely, it's connected to a control apparatus of some sort. I suggest we search around and see what we uncover. We seem to have come across something a little unusual.
It'll take more than this to stop us!
Perhaps they were trying to exhaust us?
What's with that shining foe over there?
I've got a really bad feeling about this.
Meteor! Far enough!
I'll be saving you. Is that statue wielding art? Now I've seen everything.
Severing Wing!
Pesky airborne scoundrels!
Sounds like a job for yours truly.
It's gone!
Sleep now.
The enemy wields arms too.
We'll soon see about that.
Swallow Dance! Infernal Torrent! Dragon!
Where are you going?
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Molotov!
Take this!
Raging Cascade.
You picked the wrong fight!
Freaking does it!
Do it!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Illuminate the dark. Here goes.
Fantastic! Now my clothes are ruined.
Try harder!
Guardian Field! Divine
Dragon Form!
Thanks! That's
Wind!
what I need! Astral energy!
Say no more!
Eat this! Guardian Field!
Ignite!
Shattering the pieces!
The wind!
Attack time!
Dragon Form!
In here!
I owe you one.
Now!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Magic is there! If it's in the sky, it's mine!
Hurricane Reverse!
This one's mine!
I'll take you all on! Ha! Flare the Malicer!
Eternal Devastation!
Shining Supernova! More with that kick!
Take this! Severing Wind!
Now!
Dragon Ship!
Astral energy! Full throttle! With this, I can become even stronger! Hey, Dion? Do you, you know...
What is it?
Gotta break through!
Glory to Bora!
Stay away from my friend! Eat this!
Why can't they just sit still?
Xion, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done!
Now! Here I come!
Can't get out of this! Sweet dreams! More where that came
An astral art?
from! That's my cue!
Shut him down!
I can carve through all!
Eat dirt!
Eat this!
Burn!
This world!
Crush! Take this! It's over! Severing Wind! Right!
Confiscated!
Where are you going?
Shining Supernova!
You're mine! Crush!
Photon in the wind! Sealed!
Crush!
The stockpile! More where that came from!
Can't get out of this!
More? For the
Dragon
stockpile!
Form! This one!
Here!
Is this it?
Come on! You have to hold on! Grinwell!
It's nothing! I'm alright!
There!
Denied!
Take this! Dragon Form! Eternal Here I come! This one's all mine! You're mine!
Ready and power! Make it rain!
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Wind!
Does it! Piercing roar! On guard!
Burn in hell!
Go away! Going in!
Dragon Form! Try this!
Hurricane
Kisara! Commander of Heaven!
Phoenix Cyclone!
Dragon
Take
Shell!
this!
Eternal Devastation!
Can't get out of this! Hurricane Super On guard! Make it rain!
Look sharp!
Lightning Tiger Blade!
I'm in good form. I'll crush any enemy with my mace.
Awesome! We've got an avid... Tour of destruction here!
Truly, she leaves naught but rubble in her wake.
Are you guys asking to be your next target?
I'll do my best.
You're mine!
Illuminate the
Dragon Force! Win! Here I come! Break it, does it! I'm knocked up!
I can handle it. It's going far enough.
Eternal devastation!
I never miss!
On guard.
See what I can do!
Not on my watch!
Win! Rip it down! Not today!
Eat this. Look sharp.
Eternal devastation!
Make it red.
Get toasty!
Burn strike!
The enemy wields armor too.
We'll soon see about that!
You're mine!
Look sharp.
Dance in the wind! In here!
You're mine! It's over!
You see what happened there as you crossed me. Shouldn't have done that.
No further! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Don't get complacent.
Ow! Take this! Eternal devastation! Dragon swarm!
Leave the target.
It's over!
Deny.
First strike! The blade inside is yours to be let free!
Now you've gone and ticked me off. This one is mine.
No today! Win! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade! You're finished!
Not on my watch!
Eternal devastation! Solid storm! Searing gale! Take this! Can't get out of this! Win! Tear!
Illuminate the dark!
Enough go!
All day!
I'm on it!
I got you.
Crescent moon! Severing wind! Tear! Hurricane thrust! Rising!
On guard.
Armor won't save you! You
Dragon
Swarm! Try this!
Now!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis!
I can feel my power growing! No choice.
Be careful, everyone. This one isn't normal. Don't leave!
Hey! Blow them away!
Nick's armor's too strong.
Split it open!
Be my guest.
Far enough! Take this!
No escape!
If it's in the sky, it's mine! More where that came from! That's my cue!
Ignite! Turn down!
Attack! Armor won't save you! Do it!
Great! Next! You're finished!
Hurricane!
You're mine! It's over!
Round and pound!
Severing wind!
Make it red!
Hurricane thrust!
Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
You're mine!
Hurricane fight!
You're finished!
I'm gone!
Severing wind!
Raging storm!
Hurricane fight! Going in!
Here goes!
Eternal devastation! No escape! Dragon swarm! Now or never!
Not on my watch!
This one's all mine!
Going in! Take this!
Air tank fight! Let them going in!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
I feel sprightlier than before.
You're so strong, Xion. Even after everything you've been through.
I wouldn't say I'm strong. I don't know what would have happened to me if I'd stayed alone.
I think you would have endured. Remember, you're never truly alone? That thought can get you through a lot. See? Even Hoodle knows you're not alone.
I'm glad to have you in my corner, Hoodle.
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Talon Storm! too fast!
Stand back. I'll trip it up.
It's time! Thanks!
Dance in the wind!
Curse!
In here!
In a bind?
Another arrow, more for the stockpile! Shield! Healing signal!
Do it!
Darling!
Light burst forth!
Radiant Genesis! Illuminate the dark! Holy glimmer! Holy lamp! I can do
You're
this all
finished!
day!
Anything you want, come on! Try this! Smash you! Explosive! Not today!
Here's a healing
Not
arrow!
by me!
First aid!
Denied!
Talent Dance in the wind! Radiant
Searing gale!
Primed and ready! Another
You're
arrow!
finished!
I never miss!
You're mine!
Wind after
You're
energy!
finished!
Let me help!
Finish you here and now! I owe you that! Here I come!
Here goes!
Take this! Take this!
Thunder Shield! I'll heal you all! Raging Cascade!
Explosive ring!
Sleep now!
First strike! Severing wind! And more of this and I'll burn out! Take this! Watch this over! This time!
Glacial Spear!
Oh, dance! Off my
Here
Dragon
goes!
Swarm! Not today!
Lightning condemned! Not in your dreams!
I can carve through armor! Eternal
This
devastation!
Hero!
Burn!
Photon
Try
Blast!
this!
Nothing gets by me!
Take it, Captain! Eat this! I'll work you through! Wind! It's over! Severing wind! Searing gale! Prepare to be sealed! Severing wind! Take this! Oh! Now I'm real mad! Try this!
I never miss! Freeze
Take
Lancer!
this! Burn in hell!
Here, let me help!
You're mine!
First aid!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
I'm on it!
Here's a healing arc! First aid!
Here I come!
Lightning orb! Graviton dance in the wind!
Anything in armor is
Here,
all
get
mine!
light! Here, photon flash!
Rising
Now!
Phoenix! Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?